The president is tracking the tragic school shooting at Perry Middle and High.
They're going to use your dead children as a reason for gun control. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Keegan. Today, we're coming in on a more serious note. There was a school shooting, unfortunately, in the state of Iowa, and the shooter was believed to be a member of the LGBTQ community. And we're going to go ahead and jump right into the info on this.
This morning at approximately 7:37 a.m., we had a Sears radio activation at the high school, which indicated an active shooter situation. An officer first arrived within 7 minutes of that activation and located multiple gunshot victims. We're still unclear of exactly how many are injured.
Learning new details. According to law enforcement officials, there were 6 victims of that shooting, including one 6th grade student who has died. 5 people still in the hospital. 4 of them are students. 1 is a school administrator. Officials identifying the suspect as 17-year-old Dylan Butler. They say he was a student at the school. They also say that law enforcement officials found an IED on site at the school. This morning, once that shooting unfolded, they say the calls started coming in at about 7:30 a.m. They say that has now been rendered non-threatening. They also say that the suspect has also passed away. He killed himself apparently of a self-inflicted gunshot wound.
It was a student that was going to the school, still a member of that school. And from the reports, this young man was gay or transgendered. He was a part of the LGBTQ community. This is a very touchy subject, but I want to go in on the fact that someone's going to try to blame this on Republicans. They're going to try to blame this on gun control. They're going to push blame on the conservatives. You'll probably even hear Trump's name brought up somehow on this. When in all actuality, the truth is this. Americans have a problem with mental health. It's not just guns. It's our mental health, because there are other countries where they have rights to bear arms and they're not killing each other at the rates that are happening in Baltimore, in Chicago. The school shootings are not happening. There is a mental health crisis happening in America, and it needs to be addressed. And taking guns from people who are mentally stable and are normal, everyday, law-abiding citizens is not going to fix our mental health crisis. See people debating all the time. Well, if guns were just restricted, if they couldn't get their hands on guns, we would not have school shootings. Guys, we would have school stabbings. The kid had a fucking IED on him. Bombs, okay? These are acts of terror. They're going to get their hands on something to kill people with. Now, here's the truth. There needs to be a police officer at every school in the United States. We have billions and billions and trillions of dollars to give away to war, okay? But we don't have enough money to provide safety to our children at school. You're telling me that we can't get one patrol officer at every school in the United States? We can't pay a $25 an hour salary to a police officer who can keep our school safe? Do you guys realize that they park in Las Vegas on the Strip? They'll park police SUVs across the Strip with no cops in them just to give the sign, just to give the feeling of police presence, because it's such a strong deterrent. When you look at these mass shootings and you look at these acts of terror, they're always on soft locations. What do I mean by soft locations? Nobody at that school has a gun to fight back. Why would you put your children in a situation where they are so unsafe? So we know that there's people that want to kill kids, and we know that they prey on locations that are unarmed. Yet, we're not going to pass any laws to fix the locations. We're just going to we're going to try to ban more weapons, slowly ban guns over the next 50 years, and just leave these locations unsafe. I've heard things like there could be 2 to 5 teachers that could receive an extra $10,000 a year for having the right to concealed carry, right? Then we have an armed math teacher, a physical education teacher, a PE teacher with a 9mm concealed. We need to arm our schools. Stop being soft targets. Taking guns away from normal everyday citizens that are at risk of being hurt by these mentally unstable people is not going to help with the school shootings, guys. We live in a time and day where we have to literally worry and think about whether or not our kids are safe at school. I wish somebody could please explain to me why we do not have any type of police presence for our school districts. I pray for the families. I pray for the victims. And back to the mental health crisis and the reason and what's actually behind all of this. LGBTQ children. Imagine being a child and you're physically a boy, but you feel like a girl in your brain. And instead of getting these kids help, they're feeding into their mental health issues by telling them that what they're doing is normal and that they are a girl. You are a girl. Even though you have a penis and an Adam's apple and you're full of testosterone, you are a girl. Stop feeding the confusion. If you are a woman stuck in a man's body, you need help to deal with that, to cope with that. We do not hate you for that. We don't want you to not exist. We don't want anything bad to happen to you, but you need help. How do you cope with that? What if I really felt like a woman inside of me? How hard would it be to have a beard, a mustache? Because I know how much it would hurt if I had breasts. It would kill me inside if I had big, ginormous breasts because I don't feel like a woman. These kids don't feel like who they are. And the left and these crazy psychopaths, extreme left-wing liberals are gassing their heads up that it's okay. They're not okay. They need help. Our LGBTQ community needs more help than ever. And as a conservative, as a Republican, I ask that my fellow Republicans, my fellow conservatives, I ask that you lend your heart to these people because they are confused and they are starting to perform acts of terror on our country, on our Christian children. So I ask that you please be nicer to these people, be kinder to these people, be more understanding. In a time where everybody is at war, can we please come together? We need to establish that this is a mental health crisis. These school shootings, the LGBTQ issues, these are all mental health issues. Anyway, it's Keegan. I wanted to get my feelings out there. You guys leave your comments below. Tell me how you guys feel about the situation. And like, share, subscribe for more. Later.